Oh? What? That's a title? Generic Control and the Doc goes. We're back with another video, and today I'm going to be reacting to all 24 games coming to Nintendo Switch 2 at launch. I just recorded my reaction to the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal trailer, so now I'm going to see all the games that are coming to it, which I'm not going to be familiar with like any of these, but let's go ahead and get on into it. I'm not sure what channel this is on,
there, lovely people. It's Alex from
but
here.
I know there's. I just reacted to the reveal trailer
we'll be launching with
for
the Nintendo Switch 2
or the
day one.
direct
I can't
Switch
believe
2
I'm saying
thing.
this, but we have a total of 24 games.
There's the Mario Kart World.
Nintendo Switch 2 the same day it comes
a
out,
Zelda game.
Has there
I don't know
ever
if
been
it's
a
on
launch
release.
that substantial? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's get into it. Starting
Has
things
there?
off, we have the big dog itself. Yes, we have
what
Mario
else?
Kart World.
There's
I'm
a
sure I don't need
Metroid
to say
game.
much about this. You've probably
The
already
wheelchair
seen the
basketball
trailer, but if
game.
you haven't, this is essentially an open world Mario Kart game. This
So,
is
like,
not a
Forza
drill.
Horizon.
I'm super excited for this. This is Nintendo's
Okay.
first party effort, but it's not their only first party effort because we also have Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome to.
Yeah, that was. I looked up
this
some
game
games
does look
and
a
that was
little bit
one.
like it should be a pack-in title, and apparently it
Also,
isn't.
the console
We
is
don't know how much it's gonna cost, or at
$450,
least
which
that information isn't available at the time of recording. But this is kind of like a showcase of the Nintendo Switch 2's capabilities.
I mean, you would think this area would be.
things like how
This
it
game would be
functions
free.
and like where the magnets are in the console to hold the Joy-Con on.
That has
and
to
all
be
those sort
free.
of things. And
Like with
there's,
the whole
little golf
PS5
game and
little
stuff
game.
like that.
Golf.
There's quite a lot in here, but it really feels like it should be a pack-in title.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's not. We also have Nintendo
It's
Switch
not?
2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
I
If
plan
you
on
already own
streaming
these
for the very
games
first
and you've
time.
got Nintendo Switch
I've never
Online
played a Zelda
plus
game, ever. I know
expansion
nothing
pack
about Zelda,
thing,
actually.
you'll
Apparently
be
it's a
able to
puzzle
get
game.
These games day one upgraded for free. That
Huh.
is actually a nice little bonus. In a
Okay.
way, these are kind of like the pack-in games. Admittedly, you do have to own the original versions of the game.
That I do
you
not.
can't just get these for free, but
I've
you know,
used a Switch
how many
one
people
time.
won't?
There's a Switch
I mean, there's
app
bound to
because
be
of course
some,
there's
but it's
everything
not
has an
many.
app.
The updated graphics and the frame rate here, it's just to die for, and I'm really looking forward. I'm probably going to end up starting these games again, or at least I would if I didn't have to work on all the other games that we've got on this list, because it's going to take me forever. I don't know how we're going to cover all of these. Next up, we have Street Fighter 6, and this comes in two versions.
On a
I'm not
Switch?
counting it as two
Okay,
games,
I mean-
but it comes in two versions. You got the standard version, and you've got the years.
Also, I don't know
1
what
to
channel
2
this video is
Fighters
being
edition,
uploaded on.
which is a
I was gonna
horrible
record a
title. I'm
failboat
sorry,
video,
Capcom.
and then I
I've
was
not actually
like,
given Street Fighter 6 a go.
I wanna do something
yet,
Switch
so I'm
2
really
related.
keen to be
He had
able
like
to do
a-
it finally on Switch.
I didn't react to
and
his
I've
reaction
gotta be
to the
honest,
games.
This looks like a damn fine port. There's also a load of new amiibo coming with this as well.
My very first amiibo.
proper statuette amiibo.
That was sent
and
to
amiibo
me
cards.
by Taylor.
Fun. We also have
Duck
Split
Hunt.
Fiction, and I was really hoping that this
Oh,
would
yeah,
come
that
to
was another
Switch
one
too,
that I saw when
and
I
I'm
looked up some games.
very happy that it is. Not only that,
Or looked
but
at the
on
price.
launch day as well. This is by the same people who did It Takes Two, and I loved that game, so I'm desperate to give this one a go. We also have Hogwarts Legacy, which is still
Another
running
Harry
30
Potter
frames
game?
a second, but it does at
What?
least look a lot better than it did on Switch 1. We also have Hitman World of Assassination Signature
What?
Edition, which
I didn't know Hitman was still like a
lordy. I've
thing.
played the more
I've
recent
heard of
Hitman
it,
games
but
a
like,
bit, not nearly as much as I would
what a
like.
shot.
There was a cloud edition released on Switch, and that was certainly something. But this is the real McCoy. This is the real deal. I really love the sort of the
Bro just
emergent
planted a
gameplay
banana.
you get from these. That's the buzzword, isn't it? Emergent gameplay. You can do the assassination however you like. You can throw a briefcase at them.
that's a crazy
You can
shot.
make them slip up on a banana skin as they show. It looks great. I know it's
a
going to be
hippo.
great. And that's all I need. Next up, we have Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster, and I've got to be brutally
What?
honest,
That's a
this
title?
looks more like an upscale port than anything else. I mean, admittedly, it's only called Remaster,
Brave and
but
Default is a
I mean,
title
it's
of a
not
game?
very impressive to look
Is it?
at. I did enjoy Bravely Default on the 3DS.
Yeah,
and it'd
no,
be fun to play
okay,
through
yeah,
it
no,
again,
that's the actual
but
title.
I can't help but feel that this is one of the more underwhelming announcements here. That might just be me.
Lots
though.
of
Tell
games
me I'm an idiot in the comments
never heard
if
of. That's why I never reacted to a
Moving
direct.
on, we have Yakuza
I wanted to
0
react to Direct,
Director's
but
Cut. And a load of people
Couldn't.
were asking why we got Yakuza Kiwami on Switch.
Never played a
and not
Yakuza game.
0, and apparently it's because they wanted to do a Switch 2 version. Fair enough. We also have Deltarune. Whilst Deltarune has been available on Switch, at least chapters 1 and 2 this
I
includes
played chapters 1 and 2. I streamed them. They're on the gaming channel.
Unless I'm very much mistaken, you're
I saw a
getting
rules card,
twice
and that
as
makes me
much
sad.
as we got on Switch 1. I actually have Undertale now, finally, so...
Also
I've
played
got no
Undertale.
excuses. I should probably play it. Next up, we have Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
My friends
now, we did
loved
have a Switch
playing
1 version
Civ
of this, and
6.
I reviewed it,
I've
and I really
never
enjoyed
played it, ever.
But it is a bit of a
They
bitter
tried to get
pill
me to play it. I've
swallow that
never
it's
been
coming
able
out
to.
on Switch 2 so soon after the original, and you have to pay for an upgrade. It's like, oh, come on, throw us a bone. Even so, I am keen to see what this is like with mouse controls. I actually like the controller, like standard controller controls, but it's always nice to have options. It's always nice to have options.
Yeah, the options are nice, yeah.
I don't know whether this was announced or anyone knew anything about this before.
Or Kids
Survival
Stranded?
Kids? I don't really know what to make of this. It looks all right. It doesn't really look like my cup of tea. It does definitely look like it's aimed towards kids, but who knows? Maybe it's a diamond
third-person
in the rough.
Minecraft,
Maybe
I guess.
it's one of those things where no one will remember it
With
in 5 years' time.
wrath.
We just don't know. Up next, it's a biggie. It's Cyberpunk
Yeah,
2077
I mean, I did.
Ultimate Edition, and
I've never played
when this was
Cyberpunk. I
announced,
think I watched
I was like, oh yeah, that's good.
Maxer's
That's a good
video
thing
on
to
it.
put out. And then when they said this was coming out launch day, I was
hesitant.
God. This is coming out on launch.
Well,
How did they sit on
Cyberpunk
this?
launch.
How did this not get leaked? It's good. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, there was a lot of
I've
leaks
never
for the
properly
Switch
given this
too,
the
wasn't
time
there?
of day. I have played it briefly. There was a free trial you could get on Xbox for a while, and it may have been on other platforms as well. And you could play like the first 2 hours or something like that. I can't quite remember. And I just couldn't get stuck into it. Maybe because I knew I wasn't going to be able to put more than 2 hours in before paying for it. But, you know, now's the time, clearly. Now's the time. Next up, and apologies in advance for the pronunciation of this, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. Actually, that pronunciation, maybe it wasn't too
probably
bad.
good.
This is kind of like a strategy action-based game, and it's got various
Strategy
elements of
action.
like tower
What?
defense and things like that. I can't quite wrap my head around it from what I've seen online, but it does look interesting, and it's not the game
To
that
be
would
fair,
normally be on my radar.
a lot of games
And
coming
so
out
it's quite
launch is
exciting that
always
it
a
is for
good
Switch
thing,
2.
right?
So how about that? Moving on, we have Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, which is Puyo Puyo Tetris.
What is Puyo Puyo?
Again, I like Puyo Puyo. I like Tetris, but I've got to be honest, the like extra bonus features
Is
in
Puyo
this game
Puyo just
I
Dr.
never
Mario?
really got along with, at least on the original version on Switch. Like the story mode and stuff like that, I just don't need it. It just doesn't appeal to me. Feels like it's written by a 13-year-old, I'm sorry. But this does come with some new gubbins. It's got a new doubles mode, which allows you to play on the same column? Map? What would you call it? Play area? So you can have two people in one game. Which is actually pretty cool. And you can also have mouse controls if that tickles your pickle. Next up, it's Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. And
Wait.
this is interesting because
Wolfie's been playing Rune Factory. She's been streaming it.
Switch 1, and so the Switch 2 version is coming just like, what, like 6 days later? I'm sure there are going to be plenty of people who aren't going to buy the Switch 2 but still want to play this game on their Switch 1. But it does sort of feel like...
I mean, people are going to buy the Switch 2.
Just wait
I mean, the
6
price
days
isn't
and get
that
the Switch
egregious.
2 version.
I think
We
it's an
also
upgrade,
have,
isn't it?
Apologies for pronunciation on this one as well. Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition, which, from what I can tell from my research, is kind of a sort of a management sim, kind of, I suppose, in a bit way, almost a bit like Football Manager in some way, but it's more about unifying Japan.
I know about Football Manager.
Presumably by
I watched the
force.
Pintas.
It's another one of those games that wouldn't
okay,
be
bro
on my
just
radar,
ran.
so it's quite
They're all just
exciting
running
to
through a
see
fence.
it coming
Okay.
to Switch 2. And next up, this one would definitely be
Fast
on my radar.
Fusion?
Fast Fusion. I saw this and I knew
What?
immediately that this was a sequel, or at least a follow-up, to Fast RMX and indeed Fast Racing Neo and Fast Racing. If you didn't know, Fast RMX was a launch title for the Nintendo Switch, and it was one of the few launch titles.
Never heard of it.
And it was absolutely stunning. It blew loads of people away.
Have you heard of
myself
like any
included,
of these?
because
Please
it
let
was
me
an
know.
Absolute stunner. And I have every confidence that that's going to be the same again here, because the compression from the live stream did not like it, which means there's a lot of fine detail going on here. Oh, is this going to be another 4K 60 game like Metroid Prime? We also have Fortnite to look forward to, which I suppose isn't
was
entirely
Fortnite not on the
surprising,
Switch
The
one?
Switch has a huge install base, and I know that Fortnite isn't exactly supremely liked on the Switch just because it's not a great version of the game, so it should run better. Well, we can see it runs better.
Doesn't it do crossplay?
Fingers crossed that it will do the game justice.
I don't play Fortnite.
I say that I haven't played.
I have
it in
like
about
the
4 or
rarest
5
skin
years,
in
so
Fortnite
maybe
though.
take my
I went to
opinion with a pinch of salt. We also have
the Invitational in Raleigh a couple years ago. I had an amazing time.
Not what I said in a recent video where we talked about the Direct, where I called it Ridge Racer 2. It's Arcade Archives 2, which is like a new version of Arcade Archives, or at least a new,
So is that Monaco?
new system for Arcade Archives, which includes some new features like rewind, save states, and online. Pretty cool, don't get me wrong, but that naming convention, it tripped me up. And finally, we have the 3 GameCube games that are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker,
GameCube games on
2, and F-Zero GX. Now, I've played The Wind Waker to
We haven't got there hasn't been a new F-Zero game in forever, right? That's where Captain Falcon's
surprisingly
from,
recently,
right?
and F-Zero GX never even touched it. Often wanted to, never been able to find a copy for a reasonable price, so I am dead keen to give this one a go.
Soul Calibur, another one I've heard of.
At the time of recording, those are the 24 games that will all be available day 1 on the Nintendo Switch 2. That is a lot, and no doubt, there'll be some more announced between now and then.
Why is the
but I think
video
it's
that like, or the game that shows the features not packing?
I will welcome any new additions. What do you make of this starting lineup? Do you think it's fantastic? Do you think it's a little bit lacking?
I think there's a little bit for everyone.
What's wrong with you? But by all means, you're allowed to have that opinion. Let us know if that's the case with a comment down below.
I feel like it's really going to be Mario Kart World that kind of is the one that they want to hit the hardest.
It's out now, and be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.
Okay, I mean... Okay, I mean... Can't really complain too much. That was... 24 games at release. Granted, some of them are GameCube version of Zelda games. Fortnite is one of them, and stuff like that. So they're not necessarily like brand new titles. They're more or less like new ports. I guess they still count as 2 games because they're Nintendo Switch 2 versions. So they're probably going to be a little bit better. Like Cyberpunk is a game that's been out for several years and stuff like that. I really feel like they're... Oh, did he even talk about Kirby Air Riders? Did he talk about Kirby Air Riders? Did he even talk about Metroid? Because I know there's a Metroid game. I know that there's a Kirby Air Riders game, I believe, right? It says Switch 2. Maybe they're not available on release. That might be it. That might be a like fall release. Okay, this was just the launch titles, and those games are ones that are going to be coming in the future, I believe. That might be it. Donkey Kong Banana was another one. Okay, that might actually make sense. But I feel like Mario Kart World is the one that they're going to want, like, they're expecting the best result out of. So that's probably why they're doing it the way that they are with the release and then when the games are come out later. But let me know what your whole thoughts are on the Nintendo Switch 2. I think the price for the console itself, $450, is not terrible and whatnot. Does the Switch 2 have like a paid online subscription like Xbox Live Gold? If it's not called that anymore. And then, like, what is it, PSN? Or PSN used to be free, wasn't it? Now they charge for that. Does Nintendo have that? Do you even need to have, like, multiplayer in order? Like, do you have to pay a subscription to use a Nintendo Switch? Like, how many of the games, like, I guess if you want to play, like, multiplayer, like, if you want to play Mario Party with people, you would have to play multiplayer online, unless you did, like, were in the same place, using the same Switch. So, I guess you would have to have a... Do they have a paid subscription? They probably do, knowing Nintendo. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, a lot of these games I've never heard of. I know nothing about. I do plan on getting a Switch 2, and I do plan on streaming a lot of games and a lot of franchises for the very first time. So be on the lookout for that. I'm not sure which channel this video is on. So if not, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the patrons. They get all the videos daily. Couldn't do it without them. But until next video, take care and keep the music.
We were playing